Welcome to Chanakya, where you get the right guidance at the right time. My name is Vasu. Today with me, I have my fellow coach Srini. Hi Srini.
Hi Vasu. So what are we going to talk about today?
Today, I'm going to bring a situation from a Scrum Master by name Ganesh on inter-team collaboration. So Ganesh is the Scrum Master for a team by name Storm Riders. This team is based out of Bangalore. There's another team called Ocean Hawks based out of the US. They two together work on an in-house financial product. Ganesh's team had very highly skilled and experienced people. With some effort, he has been able to bring them to work in a very collaborative manner.
That's good, yeah, Vasu. The fact that he has managed to get a set of highly skilled people to become collaborative is no mean accomplishment. I think good job by Ganesh.
Yes, Srini, it is indeed. Now they have completed 3 of their planned 6 sprints. In the retrospective, the issues that are surfacing are all related to the other team not doing its part. Like they are building the brakes and going home. They are asking for the same information again and again. This had come up in the last retrospective also, and Ganesh tried to resolve it using the forum Scrum of Scrums, but it didn't have much impact. Any ideas on what Ganesh could do?
I think the first thing is the team has to look at what I would call as the norms for the inter-team working, right? Just like the way Ganesh has already accomplished it for his team, right? And he's done it with a set of highly capable people. So I think he just has to repeat it at the elementary level, at the inter-team level. How did Ganesh get it done in the first place within Storm Riders?
Interesting, Srini. Actually, to start with, it was lacking. Team collaboration was lacking. For example, not everybody would show up for the daily scrum. So Ganesh, with some guidance and support from his coach, what he did was he got the team together and got their inputs on what could be done. They looked at the expectations from the daily scrum and how would they meet it in different situations, like they are not able to make it, they are stuck in traffic and the like. So they come up with team norms basically to deal with this. Later on some more issues came. Ganesh did the same thing, solicited inputs from everybody, made sure that they come to an approach with consensus, and then the team documented this as team norms. Since these are formed by the team, they follow it very enthusiastically.
Yeah, so I think the answer lies there, right? What Ganesh did was he made his team the author of these norms.
Right.
Now I think what Ganesh has to now do is, how do you make the combined team, Storm Riders and Ocean Hawks, to be the author for the inter-team norms?
Right.
Right? I think, but having said that, people find it somehow easy to do it when it is their own team, right?
Right.
And there is somehow a hesitation on bringing this when they go across teams, right? And, I don't know. It could be for a variety of reasons, I guess. One is because they're too far away geographically, right? Or the other one is culture, right? I mean, they're Americans, they do it differently, we do it, so why bother about it? Or the third thing is probably they just don't take it up. They don't see the need for doing it, right? So I think they need to understand there's a need to create inter-team working norms.
Yes, Srini, now that you are saying, it seems so pretty obvious. So I don't know why they just didn't do it. But then tell me, how does one go about building these inter-team norms?
So I would say let's take a couple of steps in looking at it. The first thing is maybe the two teams should go ahead and say, what do they think are the shared responsibilities?
Right.
And then the next question would be, what do I expect from the other team? And finally, what am I willing to do to make this happen? Right? When you put all these 3 things together, you will find that you as a team will have to make certain changes to your behaviors or the way you work. And when this is done together by both the teams, I think it becomes their shared document. That's one thing. Now, alternatively, you already said that Ganesh and his team have got their own team norms. Now, what he could do is, he could speak to the other Scrum Master, see if they also have a team working norms, in which case the first starting point can be to share the team working norms, right? And then build on the inter-team things on top of that, right? So a couple of ways in which people probably could go ahead and build their inter-team working.
Yes, Srini, that sounds like a great plan. So So let's try to apply this to, or maybe based on your experience, how would you have dealt with broken builds?
And Vasu, you and I know we've been long enough that a broken build is a given, right? Much as we may not want it. So I think that's the first tip. And the next thing is, there will be days when we and the team want to run away home, right? On schedule for whatever reason. So given that is a fact, I think a few things. First thing is, the other team, or the team that has the broken build, could actually leave pointers for the other team so that they can take over and see how to fix it before they start their work, right? So you help them out. The next thing they could do is nominate one of their team members to be available on call in case they need further help for resolving it.
You're saying outside their work hours?
Outside their work hours, you're right. Obviously, I mean, it's outside their work hours, but it probably is a working hour for this fellow here in India. Now, interestingly, you said outside work hours, and it looks like a little odd. But what I have seen this do is, this team invariably never makes use of that person. Just the fact, the gesture that the other person is available, the confidence they have, pushes this team to actually resolve everything by itself. You will hardly see the person after hours getting ever used.
Good point, Srini. I think a similar approach will very much work for this team. So now coming to think of it, even for the issue of the same information being repeated again and again, or being asked for again and again, it's very simple. Whenever they do the knowledge transfer, maybe they create some kind of documentation to create a record of it, use it to ensure that they get feedback from the person who is doing the knowledge transfer. So that ensures that knowledge transfer is complete. And in case somebody wants that again, all they need to do is go and look at this document.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, Vasu. I mean, in fact, today these people have far superior technology than what you and I faced in our generation, right? If you're far apart, right, you can have inter-team collaboration, you have Wiki, you have Skype, you have Zoom, you can record them. And so there you go, right? You don't even have to write down things like the way we used to do in the good old days, right?
Good, Srini. I think it was a great discussion. Let me try to summarize. Point number 1, to have good teaming collaboration, it helps if the team works out some team norms. Needless to say, it has to be arrived at by consensus. Secondly, just as you work out team norms, you should work out inter-team norms if there are more than one team working together. This helps surface the expectation of each other and moderate it to something which works for all.
Perfect.
Most often, the very assurance that the other party is there to help out correct their mistakes gets the team in such a way that they never go out for that help. Lastly, inter-team norms sets the expectation and avoids any surprises. They may need to be revisited, just like team norms have to be revisited, and retrospective is one time when they could do that. Would you like to add something to it, Srini?
So I think you summarized it very well, right? You brought out the critical aspect. One is the authoring by the team, the other one is the gesture of support, right? I think very good. I like it.
Thank you, Srini. I'm sure Scrum Masters like Ganesh will find these experiential insights very useful. Thank you for joining us.